Hey, hey, y'all. Good morning. Goodness. Uh, Wanted to pop in and share a message. If you guys are joining me for the first time, it hit me that I don't think I've ever said that. Excuse me. Get a little sip of coffee going on. I don't think I've ever really said welcome. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, for being back here in this space. If you were guided to my space, prayfully, there's a message here for you. So, yeah, I'm sitting out on the porch this morning. It is a beautiful morning. I can hear the birds chirping. Everybody is just enjoying. The sun is out. It's just nice, right? It's a little nice breeze. Clouds speckled here and there. Just look like the Most High just kind of took, that pretty blue and just dotted some clouds. You know what I mean? So I was feeling inspired, having my coffee, and I wanted to, uh, just sit out on the porch, enjoy the morning, and started feeling, my message because we convene in the spirit every morning and think about what it is that, first of all, activate, right? So we called in our spiritual team before we got out of the bed. Thankful that we're here, that we've been gifted with another day, the grace and the mercy of the Lord, the Most High, right? I still have currency, like currency is flowing already. The breath of life is already here. Like we've got some newness coming in. Like this abundance of the day is here. It's full of opportunities. It's a new adventure. Don't know what's going to happen. But whatever it is, the Most High already knows. So I know that what I'm going to do is, again, I put myself on easy street, y'all. I'm telling you, I do. I put myself, this guy's got one of these dirt bikes. So again, joy, right? He's up in the morning having a good time. He already got his gear on out, right? So yeah. So we don't know what the day may hold for us, but the Most High does. The Spirit does, right? And question that we can ask ourselves, right? I'm gonna put that right there on the table and just let it sit. So I always start with, again, letting the spirit know, like, I don't know what the day holds, but you do. So please bring in, everybody, all of the experts to the table, all of my SMEs, heads of departments in every area of my life, come in. I welcome you. I make space and room for you. I prepare to place a table for you to sit and convene. Like, let's eat, let's break bread together, right? So how do we start the day? What is it that you would like to do? How are we going to break bread? Like, what's for breakfast? Are we having coffee? Are we having tea? Are we having lemon water? Like, do we want to put a little apple vinegar cider in there? Whatever the case may be. Like, get some inspiration from them first. Feel your body and see what speaks to you before you move. If it's going to the bathroom, like, we got to pee, like, get up and go right now. Continue the conversation while you sitting there peeing. Ooh, goodness, spirit, we had to get up and go pee. I don't know. I didn't think I drank that much water. Did I did get up and drink water in the middle of the night, so I could see why I got to go so bad. Whatever the case may be, y'all, I'm just talking. So, questioning ourselves and digging into us, at the start of the day gives us something to be mindful of and something to focus on as we move out the day. Maybe it's that thing, it'll come to you and be the principle that you need to work on because whatever the spirit knows what is coming for your day, like we were just saying, right? The spirit knows what your day is going to entail. So if you sit there and convene in the spirit like early in the morning, maybe question yourself, dig out what it is that you need to address, those lessons may be coming towards you and it'll help you be mindful of what it is that you're supposed to keep your focus on, to help you overcome that challenge. So if, say, for instance, you get hit with a inspiration about patience early in the morning or making you slow down, figure out how to just take more time or give more understanding, more care to something, more attention to something, or work at it a little bit longer because you need improvement on it. All those things that require patience, right? You get hit with that inspiration early in the morning and watch how those examples come to you throughout the day to force you to practice patience, right? Uh, yeah, am I doing more of the things that keep me alive or more of the things that make me feel alive? What makes me feel alive? That's a beautiful question, right? To think about early in the day. Am I doing things that makes me feel more alive, right? So at the start of this day, pondering that and thinking like, are you planning on doing something that makes you feel joyous, that gives you spirit and inspiration and lift, like, a kick of incitement, a little bit of gas? How are you gassing yourself up in terms of activity? Are you stagnant? Are you stale? Is your energy moving? We saw yesterday, I talked about being in skating in the spirit, asking the spirit of joy what would they like to do, how could I honor joy for the day, what would joy like to experience. And asking that question, I got the inspiration to skate. I could feel the movement of skating in my body. Like, and then I dug into it. Like, I could feel me skating with the spirit, right? And then we danced, had the expression, yeah, right? That's that manifestation, and that's how the magic works. Take another sip of coffee. So, what makes you feel alive today? Ooh, this bug felt alive. It was trying to get me, y'all. It was trying to get me. What makes you feel alive? How can you dig into that today? Sit in the spirit and get a little inspiration and see what the spirit of joy would like to do, right? Not sure what this says yet. I haven't really looked at it, but yeah, see what spirit wants says, like, and dig into that. Give it a shot. I mean, whether it is taking an inspiration to find something new to cook. One of the things that we love to do is brunch. I drink coffee in the morning, so coffee is warm. It makes me feel full. I don't really tolerate too food heavy in the morning, right? Break fast, so I break it my fast with coffee. Probably should do it with tea. Might be better for me. Spirit says yes, but I do it with coffee because I like coffee. Anywho, back to the subject. So we like to make brunch, right? That's one of the things that we think is fun because we eat so late. So a mix between breakfast and lunch, and we come up with all kinds of cool brunch ideas. And we look up recipes, of course, like most people, Pinterest, wherever, and then we figure out how to make it our own. Like, how do you put the spin on it, jazz it up, or booze it up, whatever. That's what we do. We booze it up because Sunday brunch is a booze brunch. That's what we do. But we do it at home because I like to create that at home, right? So we're being so this right here, it says projecting. Rather than reacting and projecting my emotions onto others, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have a choice in how I respond. That's awesome right there, because we were just considering, you thinking about you and your spirit, and what are you digging into the things that make you feel alive, or are you not, right? Because nobody else on the outside has a responsibility to come in and enhance and honor your joy. Your spirit of joy lives within you, and it's your responsibility and requirement to honor your spirit of joy, right? Spirit says yes. um and nobody knows how to honor your spirit of joy but your spirit of joy. So when you convene in your spirit and asking and inquiring of you, you will have the revelation of your deepest heart's desires, right? Pulling out the things that really hit your spirit. What makes you, particularly as a unique expression, feel connected, feel um yeah, over overjoyed, full, right? So, are you doing what makes you feel alive? Don't project that onto somebody else and wait for somebody else to engage you in that. bringing joy towards you, or experiences of joy, waiting for somebody to yeah, invite you. You know, go. Be with you and convene with your spirit. Sometimes, well, I know for sure I have a good time with self. Like, I really do. And I'm not a person that's like introverted and don't like to be out with friends. I do. I enjoy my friends. Like, we go to, one of our things is the winery. We go sit down at one of, I lived in a place where I could visit the winery. It's not a lot of wineries around here. I'm more around breweries now. But anyway, yeah. But people who are like minded and doing the things that you like to do, like, I definitely enjoy my social groups. But I also enjoy being with me. Like, I take myself to lunch. I take myself to dinner. I take myself on walks. I skate in the spirit. Like, I will lay out in the sun and get a tan. Yep, brown skinned girl getting a tan. Sure will. You know, sun power, get charged up, lay out, listen to the music, you know, put your cooler out, whatever the case may be. Go to the lake and lay out, go to the beach and lay out, go and go on a hike and go for a walk, you know, sit on your sun porch, put some music on, do the things that bring joy in besides watching life. Go and experience life. Feel the breeze on you. I stopped for a second so you guys could hear the birds. That's a whole soundtrack. Sometimes that's the music that you need to pay attention to. Let remind you that soulmate connection. You know, getting back in touch with self. I told you guys most of the time my soulmate card is a connection with you. We were talking about you and your spirit, being in touch with you. I feel like some of the most loving people, you know, are just so in touch with self. Like, and you don't need to be boastful. You don't need to be mean or nasty or put these cards back over here or any of that. It's just, yeah. I don't know what's going on with this spirit. The connection to self, that is the beginning, that is the foundation. All of our experiences drive us back to self. And when you really get into that soulmate space with you bring in your true soulmate, that energetic match. Ooh, when it just popped out, guys. Passion. Boom. Getting into that soulmate space with you, truly connected to yourself, understanding what you need, what you want, right? How can you express your needs and desires to another person when you don't know what they are? You haven't figured it out because you haven't spent enough time with you in self, in convening and getting to know your spirit. You have a whole team of people that's waiting to assist you that you don't even need, call in and activate. You know, activate your life. Yes, spirit. Don't project that out waiting for someone to come in and bring the fire. Like, we get caught up in lustful relationships because this person came in and ignited your flame. They turned you on. What the? No, excuse me, spirit. Right? Okay. What do we mean? This person turned you on. Yeah, you might feel a little, you know, chemistry, energetic connection, like a little, you know. But honestly, that stuff is supposed to grow and come in over time. Yes, they should be appealing. Yes, you should vibe with them. And that doesn't just mean, like, you know, whatever your level of physical attractiveness, your bar meter, whatever. Because we are unique expressions. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So at the end of the day, this stuff is supposed to develop organically. It's supposed to grow into something. It's not supposed to be no instant hit. Again, that microwave generation shit, like folks just jumping into shit together. Don't know. Because we're projecting that on the outside. We're waiting for somebody to spark us, somebody to ignite us, to bring that life back, that joy. You are the spark. Again, you versus you. You are the niche. You are your niche. You are your spark. You are your fire. It's built in. Pete, it's built in. You know, Let's get it. It's built in. Ignite yourself. And if you're not sure how, again, going back into the spirit, digging out that pain, that hurt, that trauma, that betrayal, cry it out. Get it out. As many times as you need to do it, as many times as it come up, get it out. Don't sit in it, suffer in it, ruminate over it. Get it out. And then tell yourself truthful statements, right? You are the first person to hear what you think. Of course, you're the only person to hear what you think unless you say it out loud. So that's real, right? But you're also the first person that hears what you say. And you get it twice. Well, three times, really. Because you thought it, you said it, and you heard it. And you hear yourself in your head and through your ears at the same time. Like you can hear your thoughts all while you can auditorily hear yourself say it. So you tell me how significant it is, your own self-talk, your own self-speech. If you can't say anything else, your I am statements, just be basic foundational truth with you. Stop lying. Don't lie to you. Don't project shit out. Don't be looking for somebody to give you something that already lives in you. And again, bare minimum, I am a unique expression of the Most High God. And if you can't get all of that, I'm God's child, right? And if you know that you're a child of God, like know that you're a child of the Most High God, like as we all are. But that knowingness gives you uh, some faith, right? Because if the Most High God took care of my brother over there, why wouldn't He take care of me? He's no different than I am. No sin be counted greater than any other sin. I mean, Messenger sat there on the cross, right, and said, you know, yeah, this murderer and this thief can also be a recipient of the kingdom, right? They can have someone contend on them. They can contend on their own behalf and be forgiven, right? How that forgiveness comes about, what your recompense is for what you did could be different, because people think about repentance and changing your mindset and truly digging in, like consistent change, right? But that's it. No, there's a recompense. There's a recompense, right? We have to pay something in for that sin. Sometimes you lose whatever it was in that cycle and have to start over fresh with new, but you still have your source material, so it's not like you're starting over from scratch. You have source material, you have knowledge, you have experiences. You're better off. And if you're still here, you're not starting from ground zero. Don't think you're at square one, because you're not. People say that all the time, or I got pushed one step back to take two steps forward, or two steps back. Every time I take a step forward, I take a step back. You may not have the same possessions with you, but you're better off for it. So you're not stepping backwards, truly. You're still moving forward. And the only way you would get behind is if your mindset stays stuck in that past behavior pattern. You don't grow. You don't elevate. It's not about your tangible, what you have with you in your fingertips. It's about that spiritual source that you just gathered, that material. Igniting that passion. And again, betrayals and pain lead you to self, right? It makes you dig into you, into your spirit, getting that connection. Yeah, spirit, let's talk to him. Yes, we, all of this is to make you good bread. You know what I mean? Fortify you, nourish you. Experiences is like vitamins. You know what I mean? You ain't no enriched mofo, right? You ain't no enriched person where they came and added some shit. You getting that shit from the ground level source material, right? You getting it. You authentic. You real with this. What spirit say? I don't know, y'all. You are real with this. Comfort. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So maybe that's what's going on. People, you were looking for somebody to bring in this feeling, like that projection. Your joy doesn't come from the outside world, right? If the Most High told us, be ye not conformed to the world, then that lets us know that everything we need comes from inside, from source, right? Because every time the world changes, that means I have to change, and that's not the truth. How could you ever be stable and authentic if every time the world conforms, you conform? Like, yeah, you have to be a flexible and adapt. Like, yes. Like, I mean, you see that shit in nature. Birds can open up fucking hamburgers and shit and eat cheeseburgers, okay? They said shit, y'all done cut down trees and shit, and y'all done fucked up the ground, and it ain't enough worms and shit, or the worms that's in there, like it, or it ain't enough grass. So I ain't got no worms around here, but it's a whole bunch of goddamn restaurants, and it's a burger in this garbage can. I know how to open that bitch up and eat. Like, they know how to put rocks in the water bottles, right, and drink the water out of it because we done covered up all of the waterways or whatever, or fucked up the planet. It's getting hot and shit and dried up. However the case may be, them Negroes learn. They adapt. So yes, we learn, we grow, we adapt. Circumstances, their environment, those tears in their lives, just like the tears in our lives, right? Make us change, become better, more nimble, right? We dig into our intelligences, make you figure out some shit, problem solving, solutioning people. That's what we do. That's how you become good bread. That's how you make bread. Anybody that make bread is because they figured out a fucking solution to something. Get them out of spirit. Come on, let's do it. I'm getting hyped up. I feel the energy flowing. Let me take a sip of coffee and calm down. Thank you, Spirit. Pull me back. I'm just jumping out there in the street. We running off this early in the morning. What are we doing? We finna get out there this day, though. We're gonna change our week. We're gonna change our mindset. We're gonna change our perspective. We're gonna call joy in. We're gonna activate our spirits. We're gonna activate our strength. Yes, Spirit. Is there anything else from this deck? Spirit says no. We are done with that. Somebody, for somebody, you have a bond with children in particular. You can help children who are sensitive. So that could be somebody's passion. Prioritize this here too. Gotta help the babies, children. Are I don't want to sound like the song, so, but that's what I felt in my spirit. Like the song just jumped into my spirit, I can hear spirit, Whitney singing. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. I cannot sing, but I hear it like the whole voice. So whoever you are that works with children, providing them comfort, helping them grow, like you probably teach them in a way that makes them, bring out their creativity and their little passions. Children are a whole people. We always be talking about something that baby done been here before, like they a whole old soul. You know, that's because they're a whole person, and being able to give children autonomy early on, appropriate levels of autonomy, is important, right? Me and my daughter were just talking about that, like how kids are kind of sheltered and we helicopter them for so long. Like some parents helicopter their kids, and then by the time they get 18, they have this freedom, and the band-aid, the cover is ripped off, like they just bust out the gate, and then they fucking go nuts and go ham. Like we had girls going wild for how many fucking decades, because that's an example of that, right? And it's just about how we teach our children, in my opinion. Oftentimes it's just backwards. Like we, again, misplaced boundaries. I give you, they can go off to war and choose to die before they can have a beer. I've never seen anybody be modeled how to go to combat in the household, right? Where they can make a good decision on whether or not that's a good thing for their life. And then these kids come back messed up with PTSD because they done been exposed to something that they thought was a video game, and the shit is not, like real life, and taking life, watching a soul leave, or having that memory of what that knowing that which when you pull that trigger, somebody's no longer here, is different. It's not a video game. And they may have been around, a household where, they could see people sit on the porch and, sit at home at the end of the day and have a beer. And they don't get a chance to experience that shit till they 21. So then, but they can get a car at 16, 17 and fucking run into somebody and kill somebody else, because that's a deadly weapon that you have to have a legal operator's license to use. You can get a weapon at 10, 12, 13, 14 years old with your parents' permission, right? It's all that stuff. But they can't even have a drink until they're 21. You can't get car insurance until a decent price until you're 26. Like, the shit is backwards. Like maybe if you taught them how, like most countries, drinking age is 18, 19 years old. Maybe if you taught them how to drink responsibly before you handed them the keys to a vehicle, they would learn what is their tolerance level. Yeah. I can't fucking drink 7 shots in an hour and then go get in the car and drive. No goddamn where. I can drink 7 shots in an hour and walk to the curb safely. Right? So giving them perspective. How do we do this in a way that actually makes sense, that empower our children to make better decisions so that they can be apt and prepared for the world to come? Like, what's going to be up next? This card right here, light worker, says share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Somebody feels like they're going to be persecuted for speaking up. I'm going to need you to please, please, please share your voice. Right? We need to hear what you have to say. It is valuable to someone. I pray these messages resonate with someone, that you get something out of it. You know, again, other yous, other me's. We're sharing in this energy space, we're sharing in this plane. Oftentimes we are going through the same situations and circumstances. That's why we have coping groups, like groups where people come together because they've shared the same experiences. They can lean on each other for support. And sharing your voice and your story, going back to those situations, are important, right? It lets you know somebody that may be still scared to speak up, feeling like they're gonna be judged for whatever their experience is. And they shy away from it. They don't have the opportunity to release. They can't get it out. They feel like, it's not okay. They don't have space to do that. And by you lending your voice to a space, you give other people the courage to make space and to do that for themselves. That's beautiful, Spirit. Help your week get off to the start. Trust your path. Somebody, yeah, lend your voice, trust your path. What would you do if you knew you would be supported? If you knew, again, black card status, credit card, right? You business. That's what people used to say back in the day. So y'all could kind of date me if you want to, based on my language, but whatever. I'm a '90s. That was my Jizzy jam. So, yeah, if you know that you have an unlimited line of credit, like it's not even credit, you just your money just long, like infinity long, like you got cos cosmo bread, like any and everything, like you just think about it, and that's like, what would you do if that was the scenario? Give yourself space like that, like a kiddo, right? What would you do? I've always said this since I was a little kid. People would ask me, well, what do you want to do when what do you want to like to be? I want my day, the hardest thing in my day. This gonna sound real freaking superficial to y'all, but when you dig into it, it's really not. I'm telling you. I want the hardest thing in my day is figuring out how I'm gonna get all my bags home. Like I got all this stuff, and I don't know how I'm gonna get it to the crib. Like really. I'm gonna need somebody to come get this shit. Can you somebody call 2-3 cabs and have them load this stuff up and get it to the house? We'll figure out what to do with it and put it where it go later. That was like my thing. And people thought like you sound bougie, that's superficial. No, it's not. Because for me, it's like if I can take care of all my obligations and buy and have those few things that I want, at the end of the day, then to me that's wealthy. That's success. Because the things that I want are not very expensive. Like it doesn't cost anything. That could be at the grocery store. Like the hardest thing is trying to figure out how I'm gonna put all these damn groceries in the car. Anybody ever been to the grocery store and had so much food, you're trying to figure out how you gonna put all this shit away? You don't even got room in the cabinets to put this shit up. Right? That's what I'm talking about. To me, that's abundance. That is, that for sure is Spirit. What do we want to eat today? Because I'm standing in here in front of this cabinet in the refrigerator and I have no idea. Because at that point, you done gave yourself choice overload, right? Your closet's so packed, you got a billion fucking outfits in there. You standing there like, Spirit, what do we want to wear? What are we inspired by? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because now you at choice overload. You don't know what the fuck to put on because you can't even see all of this shit. You done forgot the shit that you bought. Right? So anyway, where am I being called to journey to? I don't know. Lean into your spirit and find out, like, what is this spirit inspiring you to do? You know, today my mind says that we're gonna lay out and we're gonna get some sun. We're gonna light our little grill. We're gonna put something on it. Don't know what yet. It could just really be some bacon wrapped hot dogs. I mean, I do a mean turkey bacon wrapped hot dog. Yeah, sure do. On a pretzel bun with some horseradish mustard or some spicy brown mustard, maybe some sauerkraut. That sounds delicious. Or some grilled onions. I could put the onions on the grill, y'all. That could be, ooh, caramelized grilled onions on a turkey wrap hot turkey bacon wrapped hot dog on a pretzel bun with some spicy mustard and sauerkraut. Yeah, spirit. That's it. Spirit said. You see what I'm saying? You sit up here and think of shit. Yeah, I like. I didn't think about choose a new direction. Yeah, ask spirit which direction to go to. Right, where you want to go to. Dig into yourself in the spirit, because the spirit will definitely help you be able to do that. Right, you're improving your ability every single time when you go into the spirit and ask for direction. Your connectivity grows. You listen. You can hear. You can flow. You feel the flow, and you just move. I just said, ask your angels for the help. Go into the spirit and ask them what it is that is on tap for the day. What's on deck? Sometimes if you just ask the spirit what's on deck, you end up, like I said, you go on a journey that you wouldn't have had. You meet people that you wouldn't have known by doing something new, right? Stepping out of your comfort zone. Get more information. You definitely get more information when you step out of your comfort zone. You learn something new experiences, right? My nose is tingling, so spirit says yes. You get to learn more stuff. You get a chance to adapt. You get a chance to be a more fuller you, experience more things, and spirit gets a chance to experience that through you. Perfect timing. Again, you mess around and meet somebody cool on that little trip, getting out of your comfort zone, going somewhere that the spirit gave you an inspiration to go. Oh, that just looks like fun. Oh, that's beautiful. I wonder what that's like. And spirit is giving you an inkling to go. And then you mess around and meet somebody, you be like, I wouldn't have never went over here. I don't even know what made me go that day. And then you done met your soulmate. We got know, hear, and let go. So either don't let go, or somebody's telling, spirit is saying no to somebody you need to let go. Whatever it is, you might need to look for a sign here, or just meditate, because meditation brings answers. We've been talking about that for sure. So that could be for somebody. Again, look for a sign that's really, really heavy. So look for a sign, maybe a sign for inspiration. I'm telling y'all, I'm inspired by these motorcycles, right? I want to ride. It's a beautiful day, y'all. It is a perfect day to get out there and ride your bike. If you a motorcycle rider, yeah, there's something better, guys. Then especially just like that stagnant, still energy where you feel like you um, may need some help. You know, getting up and getting out. Your spirit team, again, just even if it's get out, walk from the porch to your mailbox, let the sun hit you, you know, for a second, and see how far you can go from there, one step at a time. You know, everybody is not going to be feeling joyous today and being able to see, you know, the abundance of life. But I pray that your spirit starts speaking and working with you. And you can use, again, some of those basic I am statements, like I am a child of God. I am alive. I am here. If I am here, then, you know, I have opportunity. I'm not a waste. I'm not a mistake. Right? You are not. I am here by design. I am whole. I am complete. Feel your body. Is it whole? No, it's even if it's injured, it's still whole. right? It has the capability to heal. Healing is taking process inside of you. Recognize the truth. Not I am broken, but I am healing, right? Replace it. Flip your language. In the near future, something is coming up, and maybe you'll choose a new direction in the new future. I feel that. So that's what we were just saying. That even if you're not in a place where you can lean into that energy, right? Being just uh, joyous and activating your joy and spirit first thing hitting it out of the morning. It may be a struggle for you. You know, you may be saying it in love with I am alive. You know, because that emotional context is huge. I could wake up saying the same thing but me and feel something totally different. If I wake up wishing that I hadn't woke up, that I had stayed in the spirit with the Most High God or in dreamland, because whatever I was dreaming about is much more comforting and able to is more palatable, more digestible than my waking reality. Then I might wake up like I am alive, or I'm alive, I'm here, right? I'm here, and I'm here. Two different meanings, right? But guess what happens in the spirit though? The spirit would rather you say, I'm here, like in a sarcastic way, and keep saying, I'm here, until your sarcasm turns to joy, than say the opposite and speak against yourself. Even if you don't mean it, like, it's better to say it because you mean it, like you mean it, with the intentionality behind it makes it that more possible. But your words on face value in general are powerful. Try and break the habit again, projection, waiting for somebody to speak those words to you, those words of affirmation. Say them out to yourself, even if the way you feel about it feels shitty. You could say thank you to somebody, but you still said thank you. You didn't say F you, screw you off, or nothing. You said thank you, and that's good. I mean, people say that all the time. Kill them with kindness, right? But it's a thing behind that. Speaking kind words, even with a negative connotation, is still speaking out a particular word because that word has power. The word itself has intentionality because your emotion will change. That word and what it says and what it does not. But your emotion will change. Thank you, Spirit. We was trying to get there. Your emotion will change, but that word will not. Right? So I'm here turns into I'm here, but either way, it's acknowledging that you're here. Doesn't matter. The universe will respond to you. It doesn't know when you're joking or when you're, the universe doesn't know when you don't mean it. The universe just knows what you say. So, however you feel when you say it, make sure what you're saying again. Wonder why people stay sick these days. Because we done turned that shit into a whole expression. That shit's sick, man. Oh, that's sick. Well, I don't know why y'all keep claiming sickness. You might want to think about that. Just something to think about. Choose a new direction. That's what Spirit said. Recovery. Recovery is here. Recovery and forgiveness. Right? I forgive myself for every bad word that I spoke against my own self. I forgive me. And it's hard to forgive yourself. You probably could forgive other people before you forgive you. You're the last person to forgive you. And when you are looking for, first of all, we think we're waiting on forgiveness. But oh God, please forgive me. God forgave you when you woke up this morning. Those things that were yesterday are cast into the sea of forgetfulness. God is waiting on you to forgive you. You waiting on you to forgive you. God done gone on. He out there doing some cosmic shit. You are waiting on you to forgive you. Right? Even if you get forgiveness from the person that you offended, you still may have a trouble with that. I mean, how many people have a problem with apologizing and like, oh gosh, man, I'm so sorry for that. Oh yes, and girl, yes, and I'm so sorry. No, you know, get over it for itself. Won't let go of things, ruminating on it, putting yourself through suffering, causing yourself to suffer. Pain changes you, right? It makes you move differently, but you're not called to suffer. So as we go into this week, peeps, week, 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 as we go into this week, peeps, start off or no matter where you at, how you feel. Be mindful of your language. Be mindful of projecting out, what your emotional state is, what you're seeking from self, whatever it is that you are looking for from to be delivered onto you. Start figuring out how you can be that and pull that out. You looking for more exciting experiences? Ask the spirit to do something new. What's new? What's fun? What would you like to do? And listen to yourself. And when something new pops up, go do it. Make plans to go do it. Right? Get that new inspiration. Sit out and enjoy nature. Get grounded. Get outside. You know, have morning on the coffee on the porch. I love y'all. I love each and every one of you, and thank you guys so much for being here at the start of this whole journey here on YouTube. I appreciate all of my subscribers, and I pray that this message resonates with all of you or any of you. I know every message is not going to resonate with all of you, but I can be hopeful that you guys, everybody, would get something from what I say or what the Spirit says through me to you. Right, that it'd be edifying for all of you. People will take bits and pieces of it, take what you need, leave what you don't. I mean, you might take all of it, you might take none of it. Totally up to you. But if you feel like other people enjoy this vibe, please share the videos with them. Hit that thumbs up, help us grow. Subscribe, right? Thank you again. Hit that little noti bell too, so when we put up new content, you'll be notified of that. And if you like this vibe, leave me a comment. I'll definitely do more. I definitely like it. I'm an outside person. I love being outside, and I'm inspired by nature. To be able to share that with you guys is my honor. Thank you again for being here at Tears and Weep Tarot, where we look at the tears in your life, see how they project or how you're projecting, right? What we need to call out of self so that we can be better, we can be edified for good bread. Until the next time, I pray that you know that the shalom of the Lord is with you, nothing broken, nothing missing, and the Most High. Until then, next time, Ashe.